request Mr. T. Saranaga Rajan, Vice President TAFE, to deliver the keynote speech. Mr. Saranaga Rajan is a veteran in passenger car industry with a career spanning more than 32 years. He's been instrumental in bringing the concept of quality consciousness and best practices to shop floor of ancillaries. He has deployed several latest equipments and technology and has developed highly motivated workforce. Sir, please join us on stage.
Good afternoon. First of all, I wanted to thank PMI, but later on I thought that they are pitting after the world champion, nearly a world champion, to speak. So probably thanks with a bit of curse also. Why you are pitting me after the world champion? And also I am probably since the morning the first manufacturing guy, probably will not be able to correlate many other things, but I try to make it as lively and interesting as possible through my slides. So even though I am in TAFE, the tractor manufacturers, as she said, my total experience is in passenger cars. Whatever I show is based on my experience on passenger car, nothing on tractor. So I am going to speak slightly holistic presentation in terms of automobile industry, what are the challenges we face, and customers and the things that can derail the industry or the company. And finally the people, because I have to bring the harness for my speech, so the people will always be part of that. So how many of you know that in 1985, we'll take 1985 as the year where the things started changing, computers started coming, some people came to know IBM is making a big computer which will occupy this hall, all those things. In 1985, who was the number one most innovative company? Can anybody guess? Maybe somebody who, some of you may not have been born also. In 1985, Apple was not there, Microsoft was known more as MS-DOS. And maybe Ford was there, IBM was there, Xerox was there, Sony was there. Nokia was not there. Xerox was there, but they are not the most innovative company. No, Toyota, no. Okay, because the time started only at 2:45, right? Not 2:34. Okay. That is a company called Smith Corona. Anybody heard Smith Corona? In 1985, they were making the best typewriter in the world. And they thought that without the typewriter, the day cannot move in the office. So at that time, the computer was coming up, the software was coming up. Acer was also there at the time. Acer came to Smith Corona. They said, we are making a good, similar looking typewriter, but it does a better job than typewriter. They said that we are the best. Please get lost, we are not bothered about it. So they stick to manufacturing typewriter into 1985, 86, 87. By 1990, they vanished from the world. So this is the basis on which the full automobile industry works. Automobile industry, maybe last 3-4 years, we worried about somebody else will be there. Maybe Hyundai is not there, maybe Mr. X will make it, Mr. X is not there, Mr. Y will make it. But now even automobile industry is got a fear that even we will be wiped off, as like typewriter industry is wiped off. Is it a possibility that automobile industry also can be wiped off? That is the thing that is always in our mind. That is a possibility, but I hope it doesn't happen. Why I am telling you, there are already people talking about work from home. And now this Ola has come, right? Ola still needs car, but the problem is that they can replace 1,000 cars by maybe 10 cars. That is also a problem. And if you see over the growth of Indian automobile industry, in 1970s and early 80s, you wait for ambassador for 6 months, 1 year, and after taking the delivery, you go to the nearest welding shop and weld the whole thing. Otherwise, you may not be able to reach in the home. That is how. And now we come to whatever it is. You want the ABS, you want a smart car, everything is available now. and off the shelf also. So there is a lot of competition that is brought in for automobile industry. That has also brought in the problems. This is how the passenger industry till maybe 2012 it was going up. After that there is a slight reduction, but it slightly started picking up. And if you know that automobile industry in India, the overall capacity utilization is only 63%. That is a big concern for all of us. Because we thought that by 2015, we will be selling around 5 million cars. Now we are selling around 2.5 million cars. I don't know, some project gone really very wrong. And in order to survive, what we do is that we keep on adding the models. If you see the models in 1999, there are only 14 models available. Now it is more than 140 available for the customer to choose. So one way of surviving is that you keep on adding the model and also keep on creating the segment. This is the year 2000. What you see as the SUV segment was not existing. Like probably now you say that Hyundai Creta is the best selling SUV or Duster is a very good car. But in as late as 2000 there was no SUV segment. But within 5 years suddenly some 10 more people come, another 5 years another 10 people have come. So if you see now, which was not existing, SUV segment is the most competitive segment among the car. And apart from that, now when I started when I joined Maruti in 1983, the management review used to be, what is the premium on our car? So that is one of the management review points. So Maruti 800 at the time used to sell around 65,000. The premium used to be around 30,000 in Karol Bagh. Karol Bagh was the BSc for car industry at the time. Now if you see that there is a lot of incentives, a lot of discounts is given. The first thing they ask the customer is that what is the discount I will get on the car? Even if you are going to buy a BMW, you will ask how much segment you will. That is the condition. There are so many things like we used to joke about. Soon the cars like Sabji Wala I will bring on the road. If you want, you buy the car. Right? It has gone to that level. Only thing, it has not come to the road, but it has come to the nearest ground already. You can see some Mela, Maruti Mela, Hyundai Mela, all those are happening, which is all the result of the competition. So one is that competition. Another one is the biggest nuisance for anybody is the customer. Okay? Actually, there are people measure also. They say that consumer index or consumer mood is going down. I don't know how they measure it, but they measure it in colors. And also we take it seriously. And work on that. And I will tell you the quality as we understand in 1990s, if the car quality is not good, we understand that engine oil is leaking, or engine is not starting, headlamp is not working, or water leaking. All those things we understand as the quality problem. And as an engineer, I can easily go and see the problem and immediately fix it up. Now the quality level has gone up. Now we don't get in the car like engine oil leaking or engine not starting. Now really, believe me, the feedback we get is that my car's attitude is not good. Really. And what do you mean by attitude is not good means when I drive it is not responsive. It takes time. And many of you are engineers, and engineers are very big on this kind of emotional feedback. Right? If you cannot measure, it is not a problem. So what we try to say is that no, attitude is good. We will check together, see this, that, all those things. But the reality is that the consumer taste is changing because he started getting better cars. He doesn't get any more that water leaking car or engine oil leaking car. So our aim is, whether we like it or not, we have to keep the customer happiness. So what we do is that we try to keep it up with the consumer trends. Probably the latest cars we offer now is that you can do music streaming, you can do Bluetooth. Probably you have already heard of driverless car. The car, we want to make it whatever you do at home or whatever you do at office. If you can do it in the car industry can survive. This is the consensus of the car manufacturers, and believe me, we are working on that. So, one is that now we got some taste of the customer's demand or customer's feeling. We cannot do all these things overnight, even though I am telling that we are planning to do it, maybe it will happen in much later stage. But to soothe the customer's hurt feelings, we offer him lot of models, lot of variants, just to take care of the customer, and also we offer it in different colors. All those things, for example, in a car, about 20,000 parts go in to make a single car, and Hyundai makes about 12 different models with more than 30,000 parts. All these parts need fantastic logistics. Unbelievable project management done on each stage to bring it to this level. And we have a good production planning process which takes the feedback, which understands what will be the requirement. It gets fed to all the stages like marketing, sales, production, R&D and all those things. Then we have, we get around 85% of the car value parts are from outside. The value addition is less than 15% in a normal good automobile company. So Hyundai has about 120 vendors who supply the parts from near Hyundai, near Chennai, near Bangalore, near Delhi, Korea, and we cannot forget China. All those people supply the parts. And also, to make the things easier, we try to avoid multi-handling. So the supplier directly feed it to the workstation or workplace or near the conveyor. That helps just to give the feeling of how the car is made. And the modern cars, every year we keep on reducing the manpower by, but increasing the work content in the automobile by procuring the module. For example, this Hyundai i10, almost 70% of the value of the car is procured from these 6-7 modules. Engine and transmission is done in-house, but most of the things we get it as a module. For example, earlier the bumper, it used to take around 4 people to assemble. 2 people for sub-assembly, 2 people on the line. Now it is taken by only 2 people. So we keep on reducing the work done inside. Why we want to keep on reducing the people working inside means people is always very difficult to manage. So we want to have less and less people inside doing it. And also we have the very good system-driven production flow. So once a customer in Kashmir has ordered a white i10 Magna, that feedback comes to every shop that you have to make the i10 Magna white color. From weld shop, paint shop, everybody gets a notification, and we have a beautiful robots that take care of painting, welding and all those things. So when the system becomes so complex, the man dependency is always a difficult situation. It can fail at any time. But robots are not like this. If the person, suppose he is the guy who is inspecting the engine, if he's picked up a fight in the morning with his wife, then at least 15% of the engine is going to inspect this problem. So what we have done is that even for inspection, this is just see this is a robo which it checks about 60 points whether the things are fitted correctly. If you fit a wrong part, the engine will create a problem. This is no amount of manpower can ensure 100% accuracy. And also we have a system-driven inspection control. So somebody notices a problem in the car, the problem is entered into the system, somebody else should repair, and he should put in the system that I have repaired the car, then only the vehicle can be pushed out of the plant. That kind of a system. So why I explain all those things is that car making used to be only with a spanner and screwdriver. But now it has become so complex that it has become one of the challenges because you don't get the right people, right? You see this, if you don't have the right people with the modern technology, robo everywhere, what happens? Actually, when I'm happy to hear that at least some 30-40% of the people know about typewriter. In one of the colleges when I played this, there was a dead drop silent. They cannot correlate what is happening, what is this? So what I done is that, not to take the risk, I have added one more video. You won't understand the language, but never mind. You don't understand the language. It's like love. So why I have shown these videos is that the car is still made by the people who are just out of high school. They have not done BE, MTech, they have not attended the project management course. They attended 10th and maybe some people attend ITA and very people diploma. But if you don't have a proper training, backed up by like morning meeting, great speakers said that we should give a big picture and all those things. We should keep on giving them the feedback, giving them the training. Then only, hopefully all of you will be getting the good cars. This is on the man part. Another thing is that this fear is always there. Car industry has always been one of the very dominant industry. The people are waiting to run it down. Now we are also giving chances like what Volkswagen has done. And recall, before Volkswagen, Toyota recall was one of the biggest challenges for automobile industry. That the people will start losing the confidence in automobile industry. I'm not talking about Hyundai, I'm not talking about Maruti, I'm not talking about Toyota. Then people will start, you imagine what has happened to asbestos industry. Maybe around 60-70 years ago, asbestos industry was one of the top industry. Now everybody said that it is a problem, it is a problem. It is no more existing. Similar fate should be faced by automobile industry. Now I'll just come to again company. The company when it grows, it has a growth pain. I don't know about how this IT and software, but I can see some of the big companies also face the growth pain. Hyundai was rapidly growing. They started with 1 lakh production, 3 lakh production, 6 lakh, 6.5, and most of the models are selling well. So when this happened, then we face a lot of problem also, labor problem. Probably some of you might have read it in the newspaper 2008, 2009. There were strikes because they thought that the company is doing well, but I am not doing well. But when when we picked up the people from deep south, we taken, their monthly take-home salary will be less than 1,000 rupees. But now they are already at around, I'm talking about 2008, their average salary was around 20,000-25,000. Even then they felt that the company is not doing well for them. So there was a strike. Then we started reaching out to the people, reaching out to the workers. What has happened to all over the world? Let us not forget the history. We called it as a realize the reality. Realize the reality means you should understand what is happening. Don't think what is happening today. What has happened 50 years back, 40 years back, 30 years back. What could happen after 10 years? You should understand. So we used to have this kind of 1:1 session as well as this kind of a seminars. We say that Detroit used to be the birthplace for cars. And in 1920s, Detroit was one of the world's top 3 cities. After London and Paris, Detroit was the number 3, not New York. Tokyo was not there. Number 3 was Detroit. What is the reason? They were making cars. 95% of the cars sold in the world was made in Detroit. At that time itself, they got signal system, talking about 1925, 1930. We used to say that in 1920s, Detroit had metro. I don't know, morning she was talking about Los Angeles metro when it came, but metro was there in 1920s. We are in 2015, just short of 100 years. And Chennai metro is not complete. But now, if you go to Detroit, this is the place, what you are seeing is that inside the plant where the cars used to be made in 1920s, 30s, now it has become a tourist spot. This is where Ford car was made, this is where the Ford T was made, this is where the Cadillac was made. The Detroit as a city also, like mansion is gone out, 5-star is gone out. So we used to call it the death of Detroit. What has happened? From 1920s, by 1970, the Detroit is gone. Within a span of 50 years, the city was dead. What is the reason is that the attitude. Immediately they say attitude means what? Your attitude, not my attitude. So what we told him is that it is also your attitude also, my attitude also. What was the problem? In 1960s, suddenly these Toyota cars started coming in. Nobody heard of Toyota, but the cars started coming to USA. And the Ford car was selling at around $8,000. And say, okay, I'm taking the Ford car. Okay, I need mirror out. Okay, mirror pay another $100. But wiper is not there. Okay, I'll fix wiper, pay another $200. Like that, 8,000 cars will become 9,000 cars by the time you fix the basic necessities like mirrors, spare tire, and wiper and all those things. Then Toyota said that, okay, this is the car and the price is 7,000. Oh, 7,000 will be very good. Okay, I need mirror. Oh, mirror is already there. And wiper is already there. So suddenly they said that, oh, wait, I got a music system also free for you. That is a Sony music system I am giving you free. So suddenly the whole equation changed. And that is the time that labor problem started coming in the Detroit area. And their per hour working has gone up to $20, $21 at the time itself. So that has given a big blow for the Detroit industry. This is another cost. This is a plant in China. Wasting time. This is a press. This is how the technical people can understand. There are about 6 people working in a single press. And in India, you cannot make it like this. If you do like this, at 9 o'clock, Arnab in Times Now will be shouting. All these automobile guys are there to reduce the population of India. So in China it is possible. That means they can make any part 6 times cheaper. I am giving an example. 6 times cheaper any part they can make, because that is how their working structure is built, and the government support is also there. On the cost we are getting a hit, and also apart from that you have other disasters. Even Chennai floods have created a problem. We lost about 4 days production because Ambattur is shut down. And also government policy and regulation. That's the biggest threat. Just if the government people did not like your face, they can change the regulation. You are out of industry. Environment challenge. Car is always considered, most of you consider that all the problems, this pollution and not raining or more raining, all those things you say that environment problem all caused by the automobiles, right? It is not so. Many of the cars now breathe in polluted air and give it a better air. It's a fact, because the emission regulations are so strict that if you measure the thing tailpipe, means it is better than the air you breathe in cleaner. And also they say that actual study shows that car is not the cause of the problem. How many of you are non-vegetarians here? Who had just taken non-veg? Quite a few, right? Actually, these are the people who create the problem for you. The whole ecosystem was gone off balance because you need more meat, you need more chicken, right? And also there is almost now 95% of the car's parts can be recycled. So anyway, all these things are built into the cost system. But anyway, these are the things which create a problem for the. Luckily, oil is not a problem now. Oil used to be a problem when it was $100. Now we are okay. Oil is not a problem. Now finally coming to this harness, workforce. So workforce has to be always in full motivation. And the problem is they're never even half motivated. So what we do is that we create a lot of engaging them. I will show you some of the things. So we say that any new car we launch, any new project we start, initial period will be very good. Everything will be going smooth. And after only 5 minutes. So after some time, it's like a relationship, boy and girl, or a marriage. First 3 months very good. So you need lot of prop-ups. Prop-ups means you go home early, take her out for a movie, or take her to a GRT, get her some jewelry. Similar things we have to keep on doing in the shop floor. For that, people should be engaged. You should give ideas. Otherwise, there will be a problem. We had we have that program called the Act 302. That means achieve challenging target, 30% improvement in 2 years. For that, they can give any ideas, any project which they can implement. It can be a cost related, or quality related, or safety related. All this for the workers. Like for including the managing director, we go and work on the line. Not every day, but once in a year. For 1 hour, just to show the solidarity. We understand your problems. Then CEO has a direct coffee with the CEO kind of a program where it's been about 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Just a casual talk. What is the problem? Then once in a month we have a lunchbox meeting with the best suggestion. Suggestion is mainly for the workers. Who was given the best suggestion, we have a lunch with them. Then people are sent to Korea for training or for motivation purpose. Then we have kind of walking along with them in the plant, just to go around and as a group. And if somebody does say no morning, he was telling about Mr. Krishnamurthy appreciating. So the manager should appreciate his subordinate, should not appreciate his boss. Should thank you God for his subordinate. Then we Isha Yoga, also once in 3 months, about a week time. The people can participate on a voluntary basis. Then newly married couple visit. So earlier we used to have it once in a year, but somebody start newly married couple visit with the kids. Then we bring it down to once in 6 months. Don't ask me if still kids are there. Then children's club, the employees, mainly workers' children club, we arrange. And also spouse club. We teach them in firefighting, self-defense, candle making, all those kind of a thing. And also foundation day, May 6th is the foundation for Hyundai. Then the family can come in and celebrate inside the company. They participate in Rangoli and fancy dress and all those things. So almost we covered everybody, but one of the complaints is that you have not covered my Mamnar and Mamiyar. By doing this, now almost 94% of the workforce participate in this kind of activities. Like that helps the company in keeping them engaged, also keeping them motivated, also, and giving them good quality cars also for the customers. Recap is that, biggest camera sellers used to be Canon and Nikon, right? And the people who were born before 1990, I'm telling you, maybe people who were born after 1990, they do not know camera, any camera. Only mobile they know as a camera. Then biggest music retailer used to be XMV or Sarigama, used to be. Now it is Airtel. Then who is the biggest competitor for Lufthansa, Singapore Airlines? Is not Air India, but it is HP or Cisco. What they do is that they do an excellent web conferencing tools. So you do not know from where your competitor or enemy is coming. From anywhere they can come and anywhere they can knock off. And this is the message we keep on giving to our people inside our company. The competition is so severe, be always alert. Otherwise, instead of you having the breakfast, you will become a breakfast.
Thank you, sir, for explaining the evaluation of technology in different periods. The thought of customer mood index is a very, very new topic to all of us. I think you should have kept the oil leakage problem rather than handling with customer car attitude problem. As cars can be easily correlated with many of our daily life, the examples what you have taught are shown is very, very helpful for us. Even the IT industry today is facing a lot of challenges because of automation. I think the evaluation of technology, rather than we have to soon adapt to the technology, is the main key takeaway from this session. And one of the major points what we see is lead by example, by engaging with the people and their family mood, so that our project and other things get succeeded. Thank you, sir. As a token of appreciation, I would like to call Viju, Vice President, Professional Development. Okay.
Can we just add a word?
Yes.
We were talking about the qualities of middle order batsmen. I have never seen in the recent past a middle order batsman coming, hitting so many sixes.
Thank you. Thank you.
batsmen coming and hitting so many sixes, people lost track. 300 was chased and 600 was scored. Chennai Chapter Board has gone in for an emergency meeting, changing the title from harnessing people power to harnessing people power for project.
I call Viju, Vice President, Professional Development.
Thank you very much for taking the questions out.